Hello, everybody. Welcome to meeting night in Lawrenceburg, right? All right, I'd like to first call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for June the 7th, 2021. I'd like to get a roll call, Ms. Webster.
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Tommy Roulette Sr.
Present.
EMS Director Rick Clark in the audience. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, any announcements for this meeting? I don't have any, guys, for this
I
one.
have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meetings minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then I need an approval for the meeting minutes for May the 27th work session.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. New business, Mr. Clark. AED purchase.
Thanks, Mayor. Board of Works members. I've been working with Mr. Abden on our citywide AEDs. They were last purchased in 2007, and we went to each department and looked at them and found out that we are not up to date. I'll just say that. We got a letter from the FDA saying that certain models were no longer supported. Batteries, you can't buy batteries for them, and pads. And during our visits, we found out that we had about 5 different types of AEDs throughout the city. We recently put an AED at the Civic Park, a model called CR2. Super easy to use, not very expensive. This kind hooks up to Wi-Fi, and say we got a bulk order of them, Mr. Abner and myself can keep track of those battery lives and pads and if they're used or not on an app. So we did our research, and I had 2 quotes from a company that we work with a lot, Stryker, and they sent us, we found out that we needed about 24 units for the whole city, by the way.
How many?
24.
And that's all of them, replacing everyone that we have now?
Unless we missed one somewhere, since
Okay.
there's so many. Utility department on the electric trucks, I think they are interested in carrying a unit on each truck, and they were at one time, but 2 or 3 of their units were placed back in the back because they no longer work. So we would like to keep those guys protected as well. So this would include 20 Life Pack CR2s and 4 of the Life Pack 1000s that have the screen on it that first responders would like to see when we get there. One bid that I got from, I had it right in front of me, apologize, from the AED Superstore, quoted me $46,368. The other company that I was talking about, Stryker, they quoted us for the same units $36,600 and some change, and that doesn't include, they're interested in trading in all of our old units, everyone that we can find. So that price is probably smaller than that, but then again, we talked to Chief Snyder, and he may be interested in a couple units to keep on station that officers can sign out at a shift. As a matter of fact, 35 minutes ago, we were at one of these calls, and police officers beat me there, and so it's probably a good idea that they have a couple.
That'd be a great idea.
I don't know if that's probably the minimum he would like. I don't know if he's interested in every vehicle, but when we talked at a staff meeting a little while back, he said at least a couple that an officer can sign out on shift. I have some more information. The last bulk order that we had was in 2007, so our units are more than 10 years old. So,
Rick, refresh my memory, not to interrupt you.
Sure,
Sorry.
sorry.
Did we include this in your capital for this year?
We did not.
Remember?
No, this came up just a couple months ago,
Yeah, that's what I
so it
remember.
wasn't included in
Okay.
LERUs.
But you've got money in your budget, or do not right now?
I do not.
Okay,
The squad would not be able to cover that
yeah.
currently.
We could get it out of the NR fund, though.
So you do have a fund you would be non-reverting?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I like to say, back in 2007, that's when I first started with these AEDs, and I know that they're basically obsolete now, the ones that we have, and these newer ones are so much easier to use. I mean, somebody walking down the street can grab it and use it, basically, if need be. So I'm all for it, to get all the ones that we do need, and especially with the police too, would be a great idea, I think.
So you said that number is what, 36,000?
Yes, from Stryker Company was $36,672.
When do you think they'll rebate us back on the old ones? Got any idea?
If I was optimistic, a few $100s on it.
And you were also wanting to buy 2 other ones though for Snyder's group, right?
Correct.
So it may be a,
Yeah,
Weigh itself out, yeah, wash.
these units are $1,598 a piece on the CR2s.
how about if if you guys so choose to approve, we just approve not to exceed 40,000?
That sounds good.
How's that? That would get you to what you need, right? Okay.
These are the sort of instruments that we may never use them, but if you need them, it's got to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to save somebody's life.
Oh, if I could too, Mr. Abbott. These are unique where the pads and the battery are installed. You can't get to them unless you lift the lid and lift the handles up, if you will. So the batteries and the pads are good for 4 years, whereas a set of pads for our current defibrillators are good for a year. So there's a little bit of savings on that too.
That's great.
Any other questions, Tommy?
No.
If not, I'd entertain the motion is to take the Stryker brand, correct? Okay. I'd entertain a motion then to approve the purchase of, at a minimum, I think 24 AEDs, could be up to 26 new ones, from Stryker, at a price not to exceed $40,000.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it, but one question, do we forward this on to, with a favorable recommendation to city council?
Yeah, because
Budget.
they'll have to approve the money.
Okay. Okay,
Yes, sir. So this would be in favor of passing it to city council with a favorable then.
yes,
That's your motion, Tony?
Yes.
and I'll second it.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Rick. Mike, thank you.
One other thing, Rick, have you spoke with the school systems about changing theirs?
I have not spoken with anyone.
You know, it'd be nice if they were all the same throughout the whole
Yeah,
town.
well,
That's a
you're
good
right.
idea.
Since you brought that up, yes, because with that app, when we had the rep come down and give us that in-service, if I'm on the life squad that day, I can see what rhythm that patient is in before I get there, because these units will upload that
Yeah.
to
Wow.
Well, if you would get with the superintendent, maybe talk to him.
Dr. Mr. Gill.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good idea. Well, every once in a while, Tony, you come up with good ideas. You know it?
Because him and Annie have an office together.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
And then he's rubbing.
Oh, he's rubbing off. All
Keep
rubbing
minds think
off
alike,
on
don't
you.
they, Tony?
I hear you. All right. I don't have any other new business, guys, for this meeting, nor old business. Any old business for Board of Works, guys?
I have none.
After receiving the email I did at 4:38, we're good, because I had one question, but he's sent me an email tonight, so we're
Okay.
good.
All right. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So move.
Second.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, guys. Call to order next is the City of Lawrenceburg Parks and Recreation Committee for June 7th, 2021. If I could get a roll call, please.
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Justin Noppert.
Yes.
Board Member Tommy Roulette Sr.
Present.
Board Member Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Board Member Brett Bunturant. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, any announcements for Parks and Recreation? I've got one I would just like to put out. They dedication to Arch Street Park went extremely well. In fact, it couldn't went any better. Had a great turnout over there. Had a lot of kids over there playing. A lot of big kids over there playing right
There's
there.
the big kids over there that was playing. I seen them too.
Yeah. You know, one thing I want to bring up, we went through a lot of expense, not for just this park, but we also went through a lot of expense to install brand-new security cameras throughout the whole city on all of our city-owned assets, including our parks. And I'm saying this to remind folks that, and I doubt the people that might want to do harm to our parks are listening right now, but we have been able to identify the last 4 times that somebody did any kind of vandalism in our parks and been able to make arrests accordingly. This is a new park. A lot of money was spent. I'll say this, just like I did to the folks that were present that day, we need the community's help also to police these assets that we have, to keep them nice. If you see somebody over there doing something they shouldn't, call the police.
Yep.
Don't put it on Facebook. I'm happy to look at Facebook. I'm happy to answer your questions, whatever, but the first thing you should do is call the police. And, because I have little, I don't know,
Tolerance.
I just, little patience for people that want to destruct other people's property. And something as nice as this playground, it's for kids in between the ages of toddler to 12-ish years old, you know. If you're a teenager and you're over there doing things you shouldn't over at these parks, we're going to find you. And that's what we're going to do. So, the only reason I say this, I already got people on Facebook showing pictures of some kids that were doing some roughhousing. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. So we're gonna come down on it. So
I like the glad. I mean, the park is fantastic. I've had nothing but great compliments about it. But there's one thing we missed and forgot. A smaller basketball goal for the smaller kids. We
We did.
that.
It's ordered.
It's ordered? Good, because I had somebody else ask me about that when park
Yeah.
opening. Said they were so thankful for George Street because it got some smaller ones, and they got to take their kids over there to play.
I got with Roger, it goes mid-court and it's gonna.
Mid-court?
Yep.
Yep, great.
we're also gonna get a bike rack put in over.
Yeah, bike rack, yep.
Yep.
But it was a really good day that we had that dedication, and it's going to be a nice asset for down here.
Oh, people just love it.
Yep, I agree.
I just got one thing to say.
Oh, Lord.
That Tate Street is beautiful. Now, up on Ludlow Hill, we got a very nice park. We got a nice place to play. I'm suggesting we put up a Ferris wheel.
Okay, let me see. Is he?
Moving on.
Moving on.
Regarding, Mr. Mayor, regarding the park, I want to just give props to Mr. Todd because as you all know, things were progressing pretty slowly on that park, and I know that Mario was on top of that.
He got the whip
Team.
out.
He made sure that thing was done on time, and stayed ahead of that. So I appreciate that.
Greatly
Appreciate your work
appreciate
on that, Mario.
Those construction
And he
guys
did,
are
and he,
sweating a little bit.
Mr. Mayor, he did inform me that there are age limits to some of those implements that we may or may not have been on.
Okay, moving on then. Maybe those were the pictures I seen on Facebook.
I think that was Justin over there doing that, wasn't it?
Be
Likely.
dunking on
I think they had me on one of those things over there.
Oh,
Oh, well, okay, good.
it's all good.
All right, any other announcements for this meeting?
Nope.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting for this.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. New business, I got a correction. Community center quotes, we're gonna table for this meeting. We got additional quotes coming. We will have it for the 21st meeting of June. So if I could get a motion to table the community center quotes, I'd appreciate it.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I have no additional new business or old business for the parks meeting. Does anyone have anything to share?
Just real briefly, Mr. Mayor, I know that you and I, we've had a lot of skateboarders in Civic Park, and that's been you've been pretty adamant about that in the past, and so we've been honoring that and the fact that there aren't skaters allowed in there. So as we've been encouraging those skaters to take it over to our great skate park, I've been getting a lot of feedback in regards to our skate park, just maintenance things that are going on. And I don't know if you've been able to get a hold of talk to Mr. Hughes, Joe Hughes with Blacklist regarding some potential maintenance. But then also I want to put it out there, just potential expansion with some lower level elements for kind of beginner skaters. Some of the feedback I've been getting as I've been running people off the stage was they want more kind of street skate type of skating, and so it's less bowls now. The 17-year-old skate park, it's kind of getting old by design, but kind of more street skate type of things. I find out from Mr. Houston that these guys are pulling the trash cans out and they're dumping the trash out, and they're doing
Using it as
they're using it so
a
they
prop.
can jump over the garbage cans. So maybe some more permanent structures that they could use, that they're pulling the garbage cans out. That,
Or you could go down there and get on all fours and let them jump over you.
they just need to let me know.
Yeah.
So if you could.
All we have
You know-
to put over there is picnic tables,
Yeah.
some steps, and some railing, and they'd be happy.
What if we did this, though? What if, Mario, won't you and I talk with Joe Hughes, get some ideas of how we can upgrade that skate park? And maybe incorporate that along with the George Street Park that we got to upgrade next spring as well. Make it part of George Street is not going to be to the extreme that
Right.
Ludlow Hill and Arch Street was. So as far as the cost, we could probably do both at the same time. Would that be?
Yeah, I think.
Give us time to have Joe help us design something, or?
Absolutely. And one of the interesting things was, cause the last three kids that I ran off the stage, they were really upset. He's like, "Hey, can I go ahead and finish this one?" I was like, "No, I'm sorry. It's just, you're not." But I said, "Can you do this for me?" And I said, "Would you mind going to talk to Joe Hughes, who this young man, you don't hear a peep out of him, because he's over here. He is hard at it. He is hand to the plow all the time. He's innovating and he's killing it. He's doing a great job." When I went over to meet with him at the skate park, he's picking up garbage. All the young men and young women that are there recognize him, and they're saying, "Hey, that he knows them. He's invested in them. He's invested in the community." He has a really good pulse on the skate culture, which is growing exponentially even through COVID. It was just it grew like wildfire. So I think there's some low hanging fruit that we can grab a hold of with this, and if, we do own up to the actual wall of the
That was
bowling
my
alley.
question. Do
I
we
did
have
look on the
more
plat.
property?
We own that area over there, so there may be some potential for some expansion. And these young men who I ran off, I asked them to talk to Joe and give him ideas of things that they're looking for to see that could be added or removed from the skate park. And they were so excited about that. It completely changed their whole demeanor.
Good.
So if we can engage some of the young men and women that are skating around the area as we have these conversations, I think that would just bear great fruit.
We can do that.
Yesterday, I've got a 12-year-old grandson, and he had two friends at the house. And the one friend said, "Well, let's go to the Civic Park with the skateboards." I said, "What?" Really? He just said that. I said, "Why do you want to go there? Why not the skate park?" And they said, "Skate park's boring." So that's what we
Time to
get
upgrade
add
it
some
maybe,
different things, I guess.
How much area do we own over there?
Quite a
How
bit.
much to expand
It's
that?
pretty much from where the bowls start to all the way to the bowling alley, and then it kind of stops. There's a private lawn in the back that kind of cuts off a lot of where it expands into the grassy area to the north. But there's a decent amount of area. I think there's some ideas, and I know there's already a company in Indiana that's very economical just because they want all the business. And Mr. Hughes did share that they're always the best in price too. So
We'll get a meeting set with.
It's worth a conversation.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
good, okay.
But if you guys do get a chance, you could stop in Blacklist and just thank this young man. He's just a great asset to our
He's a
community.
pleasure to talk with.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's incredible.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
So move.
Second?
Second.
Take it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Common Council meeting for June 7th, 2021. Everybody stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. One more time, Ms. Webster, roll call.
Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Justin Knopper.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilperson Tommy Roulette Senior.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Here?
Councilperson Brett Bondurant. Yes, ma'am. EMS Director Rick Clark in the audience. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs downtown. Mr. Abbott.
Everything's good.
Holy mackerel.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Nope. We'll move on. Curbs, alley. I can't even say it now. Streets, alleys, curbs for Ludlow Hill.
All good.
Mr. Fryman.
All good, sir.
All right. You guys must have been sharing notes today. Finance, Mr. Bondurant. All right. Parks and Playgrounds, Mr. Noppert.
We have exhausted it in our previous meeting.
Yes, we did. Fire Department, Mr. Rollette.
Nothing to report, Mayor.
And everybody seen Johnny's report?
Yes,
that's
yes.
out? Okay.
And Mr. Clark's, yes.
Okay, I got a couple of announcements. Don't forget that this Thursday is our first Music on the River night at the Civic Park, starting at 7 o'clock. It may say rain in the forecast, but it doesn't really mean that. Remember that. And then also June 19th, which is a week from Saturday, we got our Taste of Summer event, and which starts at 11 o'clock over at the Civic Park. Local vendors with their foods and such. But in conjunction with that, we have glampers, retro camping, and then also Kids Day. Kids Day is incorporated with that day. We got some rides coming for the kids. We're hoping we get our local kids to enjoy that. So we've advertised it quite a bit. I'm gonna be on the radio Friday again to advertise it once there too. But you know, pass the word around, and it's gonna be a great event. And then that evening we got a couple of bands, so that will bring a good following.
Will the rides be there throughout the duration of the day?
They will be there from 11 to 10, yeah, the whole day. Yep. So you and Justin can ride rides.
Yes.
The Ferris wheel, Lenny.
There we go.
Lenny gets the first
All right.
ride on the Ferris wheel.
We did it. Finally.
I'm in.
So just get that word out. It'll be a fun day.
There is one thing I'd like to announce about, go back to street alleys and curbs.
Yes.
You know, we talked about putting the speed bumps in. We didn't want to put them in everywhere, and the Lawrenceburg Police Department was going to issue more tickets. Well, I just want you to know, there's cars that go down my street every day, all the time. And some of them's like zoom, zoom, zoom. Well, those ones we're going zoom, 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 they're like 90-year-old people now.
Yeah.
Slow as can be.
So should I cancel
They
the
must
speed
be
hump?
writing tickets, and they're slowing them down. So I commend them for that, and I hope they keep doing it.
Don't hold me to this number, but Chief Snyder had told me last week that in the previous 2 weeks, they had written, no, the previous 7 days, they had written 14 citations downtown
Good.
for running.
It is slowing them
Running
down.
stop signs, rolling through stop signs, and speeding.
Yeah, it's definitely slowing them down. I appreciate that.
Another thing he's gonna do is, just so you know, it came out of the staff meeting today. You know, we were talking about the new park, Arch Street Park and such, and how we can manage that as far as, you know, keeping another couple, some more eyes on it. And, you know, we only got 2 police officers on at any given time, except on Thursdays, which is our heavy day. You know, when they get called to calls, we have nobody to look at that stuff, right? And usually people will call me and say, hey, this is going on, and first thing I do is call dispatch, you know. But he's gonna have his reserve officers who have to do 4 hours of training a month, spend half their time with, you know, in the car with the police officer, and half the time is gonna be patrolling our assets.
Patrol.
Good.
So I think that'll help, especially during the warm months and things like that. So another set of eyes. is
Yep.
what it is, so.
Hey, just to follow up a little bit on June 19th, Mayor. That's also for the public to be aware of. That's Lauren Hill race starts at 7:22 to kind of kick us off in the morning. That's always a pretty good event. This is their 7th year, and it's their largest fundraiser.
Yes, I can't believe I didn't mention that, because we just had our meeting today and Mark Kaniga was here for the meeting. Yeah, that's where we really start everything off, is at 7:22 in the morning with that race, and it starts right outside of City Hall here, and that's the beginning of the whole day. So it'll be a good long day, but it'll be well worth it. So good, thanks Justin for bringing that up. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I need another motion to approve the meeting for a work session for council on May 17th.
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A couple new business items. You heard the Board of Works passed on the AED purchase from Stryker to not exceed $40,000 for new AEDs. That was passed on to council with a favorable from the Board of Works. I'd entertain a motion to approve that, to the purchase of the AEDs.
Before we do so, Mr. Clark,
Yes.
I think I asked before, what kind of duration do we expect on the whole new setup? Just life expectancy on it?
4 year.
Well, as you know, our current ones are 12 years,
Uh-huh.
I would suspect.
Is that the standard? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. But sometimes there are software updates and that sort of thing. So, but I would expect they would last as long as more.
And the batteries are 4 years though,
Yep.
on the new ones, right?
Pads.
The 4 years.
batteries.
Yeah.
The pads.
What's that?
And the pads.
And the pads, yeah, yeah, okay. Any other questions, guys, on that? I'll entertain a motion then to approve the purchase of the new AEDs from Stryker to not exceed $40,000. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now, will we have one here in case something happens to the mayor and we get to?
I'm not laughing that it couldn't happen. I'm just saying, why are you saying
That's
that?
what I'm saying. You can't bring that up.
I get to
I'm
do
trying
the
to go on
shocking.
vacation this
I get to do the shocking.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
I must have missed something there.
Tommy must have put you up.
No. I just said I think I missed something here.
All right. Well, now where am I at? Okay. Dowdy Road project. This is, we're asking for permission to go out to advertise for this project. Excuse me. This is the storm sewer project out on Dowdy Road. Any questions about that, or?
Nope, I've read over it. Looks good to me.
All right, then I'd entertain a motion to grant permission to go out to advertisement for the Dowdy Road project.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
How about a little update on
Motion
that?
carries.
How about a little update on that project, the road?
You mean State Route 48?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna have Mario give an update on that.
I just had
I was
a,
gonna do it under old
Okay.
business, but we'll do it now.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
This is the latest and greatest updated schedule. The soil nailing is actually the tieback. The drilling was completed this past Saturday. So it is progressing. With all the rain we've had, it's been slow, but the nailing is completed. If you look at the schedule there, that puts us about 3 weeks ahead of schedule. That's great. Drill team is actually gonna pull out this Friday, cleaned up. So, you know, the skip ahead, if you look down to our last day, is gonna be sometime in September. And we're on track for that. I don't know if anybody's kind of snuck up there to see what we're doing, how we're doing. It's quite a big operation.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Quite an undertaking.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the first time it's been fixed right.
Well, you've noticed we fixed the other section downhill.
Yes.
That's probably, I'm gonna say close to 15 years ago now,
Yeah.
and it hasn't moved, so.
No.
Same
that's where the-
operation, Same time.
That's where the concrete is overlaid off to the side, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
yep. I was looking at that as well right now.
Correct. And this starts right where we stopped at last time. This is with the new. Now, phase two, we'll probably pick back up in October and let that, we'll probably do an April startup for phase two of that.
And that would be further up the hill, correct?
That would be from Heener all the way up past Quarry.
But that won't shut down both.
Now, we should be able to, we're hoping to be able to keep one lane open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Once we get the drilling done, we'll be down partial for a full road closure. But again, the way we accelerated this one, I see we can probably do a single lane.
That'd be great.
Great.
Those folks up there are real appreciative of us being able to get on that a lot earlier than
Yeah,
anticipated.
they've been patient too.
Yes,
Hats
they
off to
have.
them.
They have, yeah. I know I've missed it on some traffic jams,
Yeah.
so. No, thank you. Anybody questions on that, on State Route 48 update?
I have none.
Thanks, Mario.
No
Thanks for
problem.
keeping on top of that. Okay, any other old business, guys?
And then,
If not, I'll entertain any comments from the audience. Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
So moved? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn, Tony.
I want that one.
Oh,
So moved.
Lenny?
Yeah.
Before we
That's the last one.
make that.
Hold it.
Oh, come on.
Hold it. Go ahead, Tom.
I just want to remind everyone that
their
Mr.
packet.
Richardson put something in our packet pertaining to the happenings at the community center for the summer, and it's put together very well, so,
He has expanded that.
yes.
The summer
Good
program,
job.
the expansion of the summer program for our kids and such is gonna be phenomenal.
Yes.
It's not just gonna be going to the pool every day.
Yep.
There's a number of things he's bringing in. He's being a petting zoo and a how-to, folks to come in and explain how they do their job. And it's really an educational piece, and so it's gonna be good. Thanks, Tommy, for bringing that up.
And Mayor, can I pat Richard on the back? I mean, he's doing a great job down there. Today, he was on the roof checking some things out, and
Is he allowed up there?
well, I didn't want to tell Mike.
Is he allowed up there?
He had his OSHA harness on.
He probably shouldn't have said that in front of Mike.
Yeah, I forgot.
All right, now can I get a motion to adjourn,
Are we
Lenny?
allowed to now? So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Mr. Todd,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Abden, Mr. Clark.